Thank you. And I'm recording. We're getting a split screen right now, and I'm talking with Mr. Rick Combs, who I just started working with about less than a week ago or so.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And you just found a deal. You called up somebody on a lead, and he gave you first, and you called him up using kind of guts. Hey, you got a property? Mind if I ask you a few questions? And I think he was a little rude to you at first, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was point blank.
Children are listening.
Didn't want to offer no information, and we got off the phone pretty quickly because if he wasn't going to give up the information, I was getting off the phone.
Isn't it amazing that someone, Rick, who wants to sell a home would treat you, a potential buyer, unless they perceive you as some kind of salesman or some guy who just came from some wheeler dealer seminar, that they would treat you rudely? I would treat anyone who's interested in my property, man, like they walk on water, because I want to sell this place, you know?
Right, exactly, Claude. And well, the fact of it is that this particular gentleman I was calling was actually advertising his property for rent, and I was going to see if I couldn't help him out.
Okay. And you said to him basically, "Hi, I see your home for rent. Is it still available?" Something like that.
Exactly.
Okay. And then
he said, "Yes, it is. It's still available." And I said, "Well, have you thought about selling your property?" And that's when he kind of got rude, and he was like, "Well, no, I don't want to sell my property at all, and I don't really want to talk about it. All I want to talk about is renting my property."
Okay.
And I took that as a very big hint.
Okay.
I don't know how you would do it, but to me, that was kind of a slap in the face. But
okay, but he called you back, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He called me back.
Now that's interesting. How did you leave his number, or did he get it off caller ID? I'm just kind of curious.
He got it off caller ID.
Oh, okay. Now that's kind of interesting.
He called me back and then proceeded to ask me what I would want to pay for this property. I was like, "Well, I don't know, sir. The only thing I know about it is what's from your ad."
By the way, I love your answer just now. What you just said, Rick, "I don't know," are the three most important words in negotiation in real estate. Do you know why?
Yeah, there's so many ways to redirect it.
Yeah, you're redirecting it. He's giving you, "Hey, I don't know. I don't know what the price is. You didn't talk to me for 30 seconds. How am I supposed to know what it's worth?"
Exactly.
What do you think it's worth? What do you owe on the property? Suppose I was interested in renting it as an investment property for a couple of years, get you off the hook, and have the opportunity to buy it in the future. That isn't anything you'd consider, is it?
So very good. I mean, someday, Claude, I'm going to be just like you.
Now you're going to be better.
Okay.
That's it. So go ahead. I interrupted you. Tell me more.
Well, and believe this or not, when he did call me back and asked me what I could pay for the property, I was like, well, I stumbled because I was in such shock. I mean, how can I know what I'm going to pay for the property? The only thing I know about your property is that you're renting it for like $11.50 a month. It's got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in northwest Las Vegas. How am I supposed to come up with something like that? So can you share some information with me?
I love it. You're preaching to the choir now. Go ahead.
And now he's like, "Well, there's too many questions." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you about that." And so we got off the phone very politely.
Okay.
Okay, this is my role.
You did very well here, by the way.
What?
Sometimes the best way to handle a preliminary negotiation with somebody, especially if they called you back, is, "Hey, I don't know. I'm interested in your property." The fact that he called you back says that there's some kind of hidden motivation there, obviously.
There is. And that's what got me curious for me. Go ahead and give this guy a call back. I said, "Okay, you got me curious. What's the deal?" Point blank is what I asked him when he answered the phone. "Well, you called me and asked me what you wanted to pay for the property." I said, "No, I didn't ask you what I wanted to pay for the property. I said, what did you want for the property? Are you interested in selling, sir?" And then I moved on to the heading around to the lease purchase and sandwich leasing type deal. And he was like, "Well, okay, I'm interested in that. Whatever it takes to get to the property rented and making money." I guess he's owned the property. It's free and clear.
Whoa, stop. You just said the most magic words other than $1 million, other than someone who once said to me $1 million tax-free. Those are the nicest words I ever heard.
I thought you might like that, Claude.
Yeah, free and clear. Why did I get excited just now? when I heard the words free and clear.
Because there's so many things you can do with this property when it's free and clear.
That's exciting, man, because even a property maybe that's overpriced or upside down or whatever, when it's free and clear, we have the big advantage of offering other people, both investors and someone who wants to live in the property, the tenant buyer, financing within the deal. That is the brass ring.
Exactly. And then here's another kicker. It's right in my zip code, and it was built in 2004. So you know the home's not very old.
No, and he owns it free and clear. Is he living in the home or is it vacant?
It's vacant, and he's using it, I believe, as an investment property. This man was very hard to talk to. He doesn't really. I mean, he speaks English, but he's not.
Okay, it's not his native tongue. That's okay. Okay, so we know he owns it free and clear now. Mm-hmm. We know it's vacant. Do we know anything else about his pain, his motivation?
He did a really good job of not concealing or not giving that up. And I got to say, Claude, after I told him about the lease purchasing deal, and he told me that he was interested, and I told him, I said, well, you know, he got him hot around a little bit. I said, well, let me tell you the truth about me, sir. And I'm being mentored by a man named Claude. Been doing this business 26 years. And I said,
it's hard to believe I'm only 27.
I know, it's incredible.
Wait I just heard something from the peanut gallery back here.
The peanut gallery.
But he told me that he was interested in maybe having you come into the deal and both of us learn from it. And that really attracted me.
Learn from him. I don't know what that means.
Learn from you.
Oh, okay. Learn from me. I'm open.
Right.
I'm open to anything. So here's what we need to do, I guess, right? What do you think we need to do at this point?
Well, at this point, Claude, I was so happy that I went ahead and lost my head. I didn't get the hard information. I didn't get his price. I didn't get his address, which are most valuable in this situation.
You know what? Don't be hard on yourself. This is, I can write a lot of books. I can speak. I can do YouTube videos. I can do newsletters. And the learning comes in the doing. And there's just no substitute. I can talk to you all day about how wonderful a Porsche is, but until you drive one, man, you can't you can't pass on the experience,
Oh, yeah.
So you're learning. So now you learned what not to do, and you're beating yourself up a little. That's okay, because you won't make that mistake again. Because you're not going to touch the hot stove twice, are you?
No, sir.
No. And so now you know what to do. So did you do a Google Earth on this to take a look at the property?
Well, that's me kicking myself in the butt because I don't have a number or an address.
Oh, okay. Here's what we need to do. Okay, let's just break it down 1, 2, 3, ABC. First thing, we need an address on the property. So you didn't get his email either, right?
Excuse me?
You don't have his email or anything.
Oh, I have his email and his phone number.
Oh, okay, great. Email him, say, you know what, Mr. Smith, I spoke with Claude Diamond today. He's very interested in your property, wants to put together an offer. Would you be so kind as to give us the address of the property so we can take a look at it online? He's in Colorado. Would you also please give me any facts and figures that you think would be helpful for us in making an offer? And we will be in touch with you very shortly.
Exactly.
Love Claude and Rick,
Uh-huh.
Or however you want to sign up. So let's do it like that. I need a little hard information here. Maybe once you get that information, I'd like you to do what we call a little due diligence. Do a little research around the area. See what other realtors are listing those properties for. What's going on in the neighborhood. What are the average rents in that neighborhood? Okay. The big thing with this property is we can either put an offer together with this gentleman with a owner financing, and we'll give him his price if he gives us the terms. We can put together a rent-to-own subject to owner financing and qualification. We can put together maybe a joint venture where we all work together and share in a profit on this property. We can do a consultation. We have a lot of choices here. The thing about real estate, Rick, is to make it marketable. And when you tell me that it's a younger condo and there's a possibility of owner financing, that to me is very exciting because I can remarket that to a tenant in the area, a business person or someone working, or I can remarket it to another investor. Maybe even set it up with a tenant. We call that the hybrid. You and I were talking about that yesterday. Sandwich lease it to a tenant and then keep the option money, keep a positive cash flow and season it for 3 to 6 months, and then sell the contract again to another investor. Say, hey, Mr. Investor, got a tenant in there. We're making positive cash flow. Got 3 years left on the lease purchase. And owner financing is one of the conditions of the original contract, which we'll pass on to you. I don't suppose you're interested.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm having Claude Diamond teach me what he's doing.
Oh, thank you. The check is in the mail. Thank you.